A Late Quartet opens with an empty stage and closes with my strained sadness. Centering on the upper-class problems of a world-famous quartet already over the hill, A Late Quartet takes a seasoned ensemble of musicians and actors, if you didn't catch on to the overt metaphor, into what could be their final days playing together. Here we have an already renowned cast, including Philip Seymour Hoffman and Christopher Walken. I really wanted to like this film with its standing ovation cast, but director Yaron Zilberman just didn't get me there. As most films do, it has a few redeeming qualities. Its ensemble consists of some real troopers dealing with a script that seeps in its own melodramatic juices. Christopher Walken took on my favorite performance in the film by far. As the struggling cello professor who learns he has Parkinson's, Walken plays a wizened character with my trust and sympathies. And you'd think his character would be the one with the most problems here, but no. Philip Seymour Hoffman's character has to step in. Hoffman, with a close to perfect track record of completely immersive performances, mostly delivers here, but it's the character that doesn't. I was supposed to care. To be blunt, I didn't care about any of these characters. These are all wonderfully capable actors, but someone handed them an out-of-tune script. Yes, music pun. Put simply, this film was insanely predictable. From the first few scenes, I can honestly tell you that I correctly guessed who would sleep with who and what would happen because of it. A Late Quartet puts all of its cards on the table for a truly unamusing time. It is a character piece that fails to have anything interesting to say. I'm fully aware that this movie wasn't written for my demographic, but as a story on universal levels, it falls flat. And by flat, in this instance, I am using another music pun.
You know, I agree with you on a lot of levels, but I wanted to like it so much, you know? Walken's character was fantastic, but it's really just, I don't know. The believability of it and the predictability of it just totally got in the way of the enjoyability of this movie, you know?
Yeah, that really fell on the actors though, and I felt really sorry for them because I love most of these actors and their past work.
Yeah, they're great. It's, I don't know, it's, like what I was struggling with it, or my defense of it, is that, I mean, I kind of grew up around musicians, and even though these are proper, like, classically trained musicians, I do see that musicians tend to be unstable people or unwell people. So that was my, you know, combat to it. Like, no, that dialogue doesn't make sense, or no, this story is filled with holes. But these people could be assumably unstable, and that could tie it together a little bit if you're able to fall into that, like, level of trance while watching it.
And, I mean, we can see that in the one scene between the daughter and the mother. It's a completely absurd fight. And it's probably the most compelling scene of the film.
It really is.
But I do think that that's there in the film, and I think it's aware. But I think that the story and the predictability of the story kind of kills that notion in the film itself.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that one. I don't know. It's hard to like recommend this to people or like what to say to people. I mean, I'd like to watch it again, maybe in a more relaxed setting or something of that sort. Or maybe that's the only way it can be enjoyable. Like you said that this wasn't made for our demographic. I don't necessarily believe that, but maybe I don't, know or talk to enough of our demographic. But I feel like this would be, for as many like messed up relationships as there were, I feel like this would be a pretty decent date movie. And like maybe that's what this is supposed to be, is just to, go out and enjoy something for 105 minutes.
All right. A Late Quartet is showing in limited release starting November 2nd. This has been another incredible review brought to you by Price of Admission. You're welcome. Now pay us back by interacting with us via YouTube comments, Facebook likes, and Tumblr follows. TTFN, ta-ta for now.